So what is going on, guys? Wanted to make a quick video breakdown on basically why I took the position this morning on the S&P 500, which I was able to capitalize a little over 30 points in between three positions, which I'm very, very, very proud of how this position played out. But obviously, guys, price action is a beautiful thing. But more importantly, you guys already know how I start off my trades. The first thing I kind of do before I even look at the charts is I see what is the CNBC article of the day. A big thing I'm going to keep emphasizing this, guys, is if you're not using CNBC or the news app, start using it for whatever instrument you are trading with, because you want to understand there is two breakdowns to your trading. There's fundamentals and there's technicals. Technicals is obviously like 90% of the market, like what you do. However, a huge part, maybe it's a 50-50 in my opinion. But regardless, fundamentals is very, very important because you need to understand what is going on in the market. So in this specific article, we see stocks futures tick higher ahead of Federal Reserve's decision. So today was FOMC. We had amazing price action for an FOMC day. Ironically, the last two FOMCs have been pretty good. And I've been able to capitalize positively off both of them. But the keyword is higher. See, the whole point is not to read these articles, is to find the keywords and capitalize off of them. So what I was kind of looking for, guys, in my position today this morning is I wanted to see us specifically for SPX. I wanted us to break this area right here, these lower highs. Why did I want us to break this area? Because pretty much all pre-London, even though we dropped, we went back up, we were consolidating in this little area right here between 7 in the morning to basically 9 a.m. for 2 hours. We're just chopping, right? We had some big moves up, created lower highs, but overall we were just chopping. And one of the things that you want to know is when price is chopping like this, we're starting to see volume start slowly kicking in, because institutions cannot just get in right away. Otherwise, we'll have candles like this, and everybody would make money. So they need to basically take people out, right? As people might have saw, like we dropped here, we went from here down here. The average person might have seen us create higher lows, and they could have been like, oh, we're going to keep going down, and they put their stop losses here. And smart money sees a lot of liquidity here, and they basically take your money because you think it's going to keep going down, but in reality, it just taps and it goes back up to the upside. So that's what institutions do. So I waited, number one. But more importantly, I wanted to see us have a big move off this specific zone. Now, obviously, you guys notice just by me having my Delta footprint chart, it's very important that you guys use this. You guys can see the POCs right here. My personal supply and demand POC zones up here. This right here is a lot of volume cluster, a lot of heavy volume. We see aggressive buyers, minimal sellers, a clean break and close, fair value gap right here, fair value gap right here. The blue EMA cloud forming over price, which gave me the confirmation to take this position with the utmost confidence, with my trades, which I'm really, really proud of how it kind of all turned out. But basically, again, why I took this position were for a multitude of reasons. Let me put this up here, guys, and make this a little bit smaller, because I want you guys to understand why I took this position overall, so you guys can have a better understanding why this position was ultimately taken. Let me make my camera a little bit lower. So basically why I took this position overall and I had the most confidence in taking this position was, number one, we saw a Delta footprint confirmation. We observed aggressive buyers stepping in with a strong positive Delta and cluster volume, a clear green flag personally for me that we were in a bullish trend, which formed the bullish imbalance. Now, what does this all mean? So if you guys notice from my Delta footprint chart, the numbers aren't really important, but we had a positive Delta right here. Well, we have a positive Delta right here, positive Delta, positive Delta, positive Delta, positive Delta, which was showing me that we had buyers in this position heavily. Now, what the footprint chart is, which is basically this, in case you guys don't understand it fully, again, I'm going to keep saying it, is that this is a skeleton of each candle. So it's going to show you what's happening within every candle. opposed to you just looking blindly at price action. Now, once I saw aggressive buyers come into play, positive delta, that's green flag number one. Now, what is a volume cluster and what is aggressive volume coming in and what's an imbalance? So number one, an imbalance is basically this. We see a candle, a small retracement, a larger candle, small retracement, big candle, small retracement, back to the upside. So think of it like a staircase. I talked about this in my last video. So we're going higher and higher and higher and higher. We dip down a bit, but we go higher. We dip down a bit, but we go higher. That's a bullish imbalance. So that's this right here. Now, what is volume cluster and aggressive volume? So volume cluster is basically this, where a lot of business is conducted during the New York session or in this specific time. So in this specific time, we have a lot of volume right over here. We have a lot of aggressive buyers here and aggressive buyers here. And it's right at my point of control zone with very minimal sellers at this point. Now, that's number two. That's basically volume cluster and basically the heavy volume profile. Now, number two of why I took this position, a clean break and close of my S&D point of control zone. Now, price broke cleanly above the POC within my S&D zone, which basically confirmed the trend was in my favor. So once we had a heavy volume coming in for buyers, strong positive delta for the footprint chart, price broke up to the upside. Once we reached this POC, we had aggressive buyers coming back in and price continuously kept going up. So we had a clean break. Think of it like this is my roof and I'm trying to go through and break through. If I just tap it and I go back down, I'm not going to go up. I need to go up and fully break it for me to go up to the uptrend. Think of that like your supply and demand point of control zone or your heavy volume cluster. So I know that specifically, technically, I should have took my position here, but I just saw all of this and I'm like, I like what I'm seeing. So that's the beautiful thing about trading is that you can kind of tweak it a bit to your liking, to what you want to see, to what you like, and obviously to my avail. Now, number three, we had a blue EMA cloud forming over price, which is basically this thing right over here. It just played like a little trend, which is basically here. And it showed me that buyers were in the trend. Trend was going bullish, which overall went with what I said. Fair value gaps was number four. So fair value gaps is basically this. We had one right here. We had one here. And obviously one here. So a fair value gap is basically when there's a gap between the previous candle and the current print of the candle. So obviously here it being a fair value right at the BMS was a huge green flag for me because usually what happens with a fair value gap is price goes up, retouches it, and then goes back up again. Vice versa for sellers. It goes down, retouches it, and then goes back down rapidly. So we obviously saw that here. We went up to the upside, which played extremely well. So I wrote here that there's a well-respected fair value gap at 59.86, which price respected as a bounce zone, further validating my bullish momentum, which is basically right over here. We went up, back down, we tapped, and then we went up to the upside. That's number four. Number five, again, volume cluster, which is basically this at 59.90, 59.89. Of notable volume cluster at 59.88 coincided with heavy buying absorption. Sellers were largely passive, showing no significant defense of prices going higher. And again, guys, that's why I took this position. It wasn't rocket science. I didn't do no backflip. It was simple, boring execution. It was me combining price action. It was me combining the Delta footprint chart. It was me combining basically the volume profile chart and using it all together. So hopefully, guys, this video brought you an immense amount of value and, of course, fundamental analysis as well. You guys were able to basically capture this position. If you have any questions regarding order flow, if you have any questions regarding the volume footprint chart, feel free to message me privately. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And again, guys, share this video with somebody. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. Start applying order flow. Start looking into order flow because you can use it with your regular confluences. I'm a price action trader with smart money. And the Delta footprint chart just gives me that extra confirmation. The volume profile chart does the exact same thing. So again, guys, peace out. I'll see you on the next one. And hopefully y'all have an amazing day, night, or evening. Let's get it.